Today, in our program, we will make the whole 3 creative experiments with a usual glass bottle and 1 experiment with a coffee jar, turn them into original interior decorations. We work in decoupage technique and glass painting. All our goods are very simple to make, and you will take pleasure. Make according to your taste an amazing vase as a gift to your friends. Hello, I'm glad as always to welcome you in our studio. My name is Natasha Fokhtina, and today we will make the experiments with glass containers. I think that you have a sufficiency of jars and bottles which can be converted into a vase. Now all we need is to decorate them. Actually, the glass is enough capricious material, therefore we need a lot of imagination and patience that make a reality qualitatively and interesting what we have planned. At once, I will pay your attention that if you are not going to use in a painting special paints on glass, the surface needs to be prepared in a special way. I will tell you about it later. Now I bring to your attention those pieces of interior decoration which we will make today. From a usual glass bottle, we should have such elegant vase decorated with floral motifs. It's made in the decoupage technique. Our second vase with leaves is made. Having changed the technology a little, we have got another one absolutely unlike the first vase, which you will like, as it seems to me. I suggest to try to dream a little and decorate a coffee jar with the patterns applied by means of a glue gun and glass stones. I think that this idea has the right to exist and can be used in decoration of the other goods. If you have decided to leave a vase visually glass, you should use the paints on glass and ceramics. The most important thing in this variant is to think out what to represent on a surface, and you can make the rest, I'm sure of it. To make such vase, we should have the glass decorative bottle, white paper 3-ply napkins, white glue, brown and white acrylic paints, paper napkins with the drawing chosen for a decor, the small sharp scissors, a brush, an acrylic varnish, bronze acryl to decorate a bottleneck, and to work up. We begin our work. We take a glass bottle and well anoil it with alcohol. After this responsible operation follows the second, not less important. We should prepare a surface for painting. For this purpose, we take 1 ply of white napkin, tear it to small pieces, and by means of white glue with a flat synthetic brush, we start to glue over our workpiece. After drying up, our bottle should become matte. It's a sure thing that we can continue our work. Now we take an acrylic brown paint and easily stain the whole bottle. For acceleration of drying process, we can use a hair dryer and quickly pass on to a following stage is an applying to a surface of our bottle vase a varnish craquelé. Somewhere after 60 minutes, we take a soft brush and begin accurately, dab to dab, to cover our vase with white acrylic. There will be such decorative cracks on the surface. Now, as the most interesting, we choose paper napkins with the drawing which we like. We cut out the necessary fragments with the small sharp scissors, part an upper ply with drawing from two unnecessary, and glue it around the vase with decoupage varnish or white glue, dashed with water in the ratio 1:1 by synthetic brush. After the varnish will dry up, we need to make by gold acryl the bottleneck and to cover the whole vase with an acrylic varnish. By the way, never could understand those people who, failing a vase, put a bouquet in jar or in a bottle. Someone gave flowers, chose, and you were so inattentive. But everything is so simple. The same jar, wrap a fabric or a colored paper, and from above fix a band or an elastic band for hair is in our variant. By the way, it looks quite not bad. You would put the bouquet in a plastic bucket. For manufacturing of this dark blue vase, it's necessary a glass bottle workpiece, white paper 3-ply napkins and white glue, white and dark blue acrylic paints, a varnish crackle, paper napkins with the image of oak leaves, decoupage varnish, the scissors, a brush, gold acryl, and an acrylic varnish for covering the vase in the end of work. We glue over our bottle as well as in the previous variant. Pieces of a white napkin on white glue, and we get such matte surface with which we will work further. We take a white acrylic paint and we ground our vase. After that, we dry a little our work, take cut out fragments from a napkin which we have prepared for decoration in advance, and glue them with decoupage varnish on our surface. After our glued leaves will dry up, we should apply a film of a varnish craquelé. Is a water dispersion composition for creation of antiquity on a various home decoration, but we apply it only around the glued motifs. Then we will need only to dry a little the vase and apply with a thin natural brush dab-to-dab dark blue acrylic paint between the drawing. We will need to make the bottleneck with gold acryl and to cover the whole this charming scene with an acrylic varnish. By the way, not only the vases turn out from the bottles. Try to drill a hole with a special drill in the bottom of a bottle. Pass in it the fitting with a wire, fasten the lamp shade, and you will have the remarkable table lamp. Only don't forget before starting drilling to stick the workpiece by a masking tape crosswise in the place of a future hole, or a bottle will crack. If you don't have such small bottles, you certainly have the glass jar. I'm assured of this. To make such silver relief container, we should have following materials: workpiece jar, a little putty, a glue gun, silver enamel in a bottle, and glass stones for decoration of our workpiece. So we take our jar and manually we cover it with thin and even coat of a putty, trying to make a surface even. Though the putty dries quickly enough, nevertheless, for the best effect, I recommend it to leave to dry the workpiece for the night. And when you will wake up in the morning, plug in a glue gun, and while you drink coffee, it will be warmed up to the necessary temperature. And you can safely begin to draw on jar abstract patterns, extruding the glue on putty. Wait some time, which is quite enough to make up. Now it's necessary to remove all glue threads from a vase, and we apply a silver paint from a bottle, trying to cover with paint all the surface. We again have the pose, which can be used to choose what dress today. About in half an hour after enamel drying, decorate our workpiece glass stones. We glue them with the same glue gun. While you remember, do you put in the bag everything you will need? While you look for a gift packing, slip on a coat, put on lipstick, search the travel card and the keys, and again for a gift packing, your vase absolutely dries up and becomes a good gift. You at last leave the house in the high spirits with a remarkable gift for your friend. It doesn't matter if you have forgotten about her birthday and remembered only overnight. Nobody and never learns about it. A gift is ready. By the way, beautiful and elegant doesn't mean that it should be bright and difficult. Look attentively at our vase, which has been glued over with a napkin by white glue. Maybe you just need such lustreless vase. By the way, such surface well masks the indelible sediment inside a favorite vase, and the ribbon or a piece of a beautiful braid can quite become a decor. And we come back to our glass bottles and we paint a vase. For this purpose we need paints on a glass and ceramics, a natural thin brush and a black contour on a glass, semolina and white glue. At first, we make by a black contour the drawing on a glass and dry it in an hour. Then we unnecessarily clarify ourselves a color of fragments. I suggest to make the red flowers and to emphasize them in a special way, that they don't have the different style from the other fragments of a painting. For this purpose, I take a small vase, put in it some of the red paint, add white glue and a semolina pinch. It's necessary to stir up well this mass. After that, we paint flowers with a brush. We, as though, apply colorful mass on a fragment. After such unusual operation, we continue to paint our vase with other colors of acrylic paints. And after work is finished, it's possible to take once again a black contour and to decorate here and there with such points the leaves. We drive the vase painted thus for 3 days, and for long durability our vase can be burned in an oven at temperature of 60-70 degrees for 30 minutes. As a result, we get such elegant and interesting vintage thing. By the way, a putty itself is a remarkable material for a decor. Apply a glass jar, run a comb through a surface, and you get an amazing surface. We will need to dry our vase, to paint in any color, and to decorate with something interesting. In my opinion, it's quite a progressive idea. So, it's everything that I wanted to tell you and show today. Today we have made a mass of remarkable things, have worked in various techniques, and certainly have dreamed a little. As a result of our creative searches and experiments, we have had such remarkable decorations of an interior. We have made the first vase with floral motifs in the decoupage technique. Isn't it bad to decorate with such decor anything in the house to support the chosen theme? Look how our vase is acceptable to the eyes with the decorative plate. In my opinion, it's quite nice. It seems to me this vase should be made for a summer cottage. It's enough to place in it any branch and it becomes cozy indoors. If you don't like leaves or vase color, replace on what is closer to you. Here a variant of a bottle decorated with flowers. It looks good too. To make such vases is very quickly, easy and interesting. This metamorphosis has placed with our coffee jar. Having turned into an interesting decorative thing, it was simply obliged to please with itself as an unusual gift to your friends. And at last, we have had the vase painted with paints on a glass and ceramics and burned by skillful hands in an oven. It can quite become your new firm handmade specialty, as well as all our today's products. Here on me, Natasha Fokhtina, say goodbye to you to new ideas. I wish you a mass of free time for creativity, good mood and certainly inspiration. Good luck and goodbye!